Good morning, welcome to Morning Maths. This is day 5 now. You need your pencil and the paper that you're going to write on. Make sure you're nice and ready. We'll get started with the Year 3 level questions. Question 1. Value of the 8 in 81. So we'll write 81. As usual, you can see a picture of it. It's got two parts really. It's got these 8 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's got this 1 unit. 8 tens, 80, and 1 unit. What's the value of the 8? Well, it's 8 tens, as we said. This is our answer that we're going to write down. 8 tens, and of course, 8 tens is 8t. 80. You've heard that number, 80. Sorry. 8 tens is 80. There's our answer for question 1. Pause if you need time to copy that down. Make sure you're keeping up Year 3s if you're new to this. And we'll be moving on to question 2. Question 2. 5 plus 5. I'll do this on the number line. 5 plus 5. 5 means we're going to go this way on our number line. So I start with 5 and I'm going to go up 5 by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get to 10. So I write down 5 plus 5 equals 10. Always remember when you're counting, not to count the one you start on. So you go 5 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get to 10. Let's go to question 3. Now we're doing 10. Take away 4. 10. That's what we'll write down. 10 take away 4. I'll put the answer down here. Equals. So 10 take away 4. I go to 10 and I'm going to take away 4. So I'm going to go this way because take away makes things smaller usually. So 10 take away 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes down to 6. Because 10 take away 4 equals 6. Let's write that a bit neater if the mouse lets me. 10 take away 4 equals 6. That's better. That's question 3 done. And we're on question 4. Question 4 is 3 times 3. 3 times 3. So it's when you've got 3. Do that again. Sometimes I'm just not that neat because the mouse suddenly jumps on me. Suddenly makes the letters jump or the numbers jump. Anyway, let's get 3. 1, 2, 3. But instead of getting 3 just one time, let's get it 3 times. So there it is 1 time. Now 3 is there 2 times. Now 3 is there 3 times. So I got 3 and I got it 3 different times. So there was 3 1 time. There was 3 2 times. There was 3 3 times. What have we got all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 times 3 equals 9. If you're learning your 3 times table song, which you might not be yet if you're in Year 3, you can use your song, but we'll talk about that more later. Let's go on to question 4. So you're writing down 3 times 3 equals 9. Question 4, sorry, we've done question 4. We'll go on to question 5. Question 5 is 9 divided by 3. It's almost the opposite of what we just did. Divide means share, so we write 9 divided by 3. It means 9 shared between 3. That's what we're going to be doing, 9 shared between 3. Let's move this over a little. So I'll get 9. Let's go for these red dots here. I'll get 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to share them into 3 groups. So one group can go up here, one group can go over here, one group can go up here. So I'm sharing them out. 1 for you, 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 and 1 for you. So I took the 9 circles and I shared them into 3 groups. One group is here, one group is here, and one group in here is here. The answer is whatever each group has. What do they have? 1, 2, 3. They've got 3. The answer is 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that's what division is. It's sharing, or it's finding out how many times 3 will fit into 9. Let's move on to the Year 4 level questions. let's move this down. But I'm on question 6. I'm just moving it down for people who might be going a bit faster. Question 6. Value of 8 in 8,621. Value of the 8 in 8,621. Units, tens, hundreds and thousands. It's in the thousands column, so the answer is 8 thousands. This is how you spell thousands. We'll write this down as our answer, 8 thousands. In digits, that's 8 and 1, 2, 3 zeros. 8, 1, 2, 3. There's our answer. You don't have to write this purple bit, but an easy way of knowing how it looks as a number in figures, in digits, like this one, is you just place zeros. You put the 8 and then you place zeros till the end of the number, and it's 8,000. Time for question 7. Now we're doing addition, just practicing our addition that we did in year 3. I haven't put it up to the year 4 level yet, because if you're doing this after a big summer holiday, you need to make sure you're accurate with your addition at the end of year 3 level. So 8 plus 2, we have some carrying here because 8 plus 2 is 10, and we can't write 2 digits in one square. So 8 plus 2 is 10, so we carry the 1. And it still says 10, but with a little 1. It's not really, of course, a little 1. It's really worth 110. That's why it's now in the tens column. Then when we add the tens column, we're really adding 30 plus 90 plus 10. But we say 3 plus 9 plus 1. 3 plus 9 is 12, plus 1 is 13. So a little 1 and a 3 here. As you can see, it really says 130, because we did 30 plus 90 plus 10, which was 130. In the hundreds column, 400 plus 200 plus 100. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So it's 7, but it's in the hundreds column, so it's 700. And our answer is 730. When you add things, they get bigger. When you add something on to 438, it gets bigger. So it has got bigger, it's 730, which suggests that we did do the right sign. Pause if you need time to copy that. And moving on to question 8. Get me a bit more space. Question 8 is 562 minus 435. At the moment, I've always put the biggest number at the front of the question. But later on, I'll start tricking you more. Make sure the biggest number is at the top in your column method for subtraction. 2 take away 5. If you have 2 sweets, can you give your friend 5? No, you can't. You haven't got enough, so 2 needs some help. It's in the units column, but you need some help from the more powerful tens column, from the larger tens column. So 2 needs some help from this 6, which is 6 tens. You can make it go down to 5 tens, and one of the tens can come over here, where it makes 12. It's the tens part of 12. So we can do 12 take away 5, because that is, I'll do that on here. 12 take away 5, take away, oops, that wasn't the right place. Start on the 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes down to 7. 5 take away 3. You can do that on a ruler if you want. 5 take away 1, 2, 3 makes it go down to 2. And 5 take away 4 is just 1. So we get 127. 562 take away 435, 127. And we're on question 9. 25 multiplied by 5. I'm going to do this with the grid method, which you probably learnt in year 3, depending on what year it is or what school you're in, or if you're at home or not. 25 multiplied by 5. So I'll write the question first. It was 25 times 5. I should have written the question first. 25 multiplied by 5. I put it into the grid method. I split up 20, I put there, and the 5 I put there. I partitioned the number. Okay, now we'll get 2 answers, put them together at the end. 5 times 2 is 10. It made a 0, but we still got a 0 to place, 100. And 5 times 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 is 25. So we've got 125. You've got to put your 2 numbers together at the end. And means plus. So 125. You know what that makes, don't you? It makes 125. Because it's literally 125. When you put them together, it makes 125. If you're not sure, you could always do column method addition for that. Don't think we need to on that one. 125. Let's go on to question 10, which is division. 32 divided by 2. Many ways of doing this. I'll use a different method to yesterday. I'm going to count in twos till I get to 32. So I'll sing my song, but it won't get me all the way. So I'll go, it's 2, it's 4, it's 6, and then it's 8, and then it's 10, it's 12, 14, 16, and then 18, and then 20. I've got up to 20, and I've counted 10 fingers, but I've got to keep going. It goes like this: 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. I've been counting on my fingers all the time. I had 10, and then another 6, because I had 16. You could share out 32 counters into 2 groups. You could even do the bus stop, which you used at the end of year 3. Lots of ways of doing this division question, this sharing question. Because this is the bus stop, which you learned at the end of year 3. Well, it was on morning maths anyway at the end of year 3. Have you used that? So we see how many 2s fit into 3. 1. Remainder 1. How many 2s fit into 12? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Or it's 2, it's 4, it's 6, then it's 8, and then it's 10, it's 12. Counted 6 fingers, so it's 16. If you don't understand the bus stop method yet, don't worry, we'll practice it much more in year 4, so that we'll hopefully get it by the end of year 4. Question 11 next. Move that for the fast people. Here we go with question 11. Value of 4 in, it's a big number for year 5, 345,231. Remember, with saying these big numbers, you say them in little chunks up to the comma. 345,231. What do they want? The 4. Right, let's get the hats on. Units, tens, hundreds, thousands, and the 4 is in the 10,000s column. Next one will be the 100,000s. The 4 is in the 10,000s column. So what is the 4 worth? It's worth 4 10,000s. 4 10,000s. I'm sure I'll get better at writing with this mouse. I was quite used to my old mouse. This one's a little bit different. 4 10,000s. This is the tricky bit, perhaps. How do we write it in digits? How do we write this in digits? Well, you get the 4. Everything after it would change to a 0. And that will show you how many zeros you need. And it's actually 40,000. I remember this question very clearly from year 5 tests, identifying this 10,000s column. And in this case, the 10,000s column had a 4 in it. So of course it was worth 4 10,000s. Otherwise known as 3 from the end, comma, 40,000. 4 10,000s, 40,000. By the way, if you ever get asked to write a big number like this, 345,231, if you get asked to write that in words, what you have to be able to do is you have to be able to say it, and then you just write exactly what you would say. So if you can say it in little chunks, like 345,231, you write exactly that in words. So once you can say it, as I'm writing, I just repeat it in my head many times. If you can say it, you should be able to write it. Maybe you won't spell everything completely right at first, but hopefully we'll start learning some of these spellings for hundreds, thousands, things like that if we don't know them. Let's go to question 12, which is addition. A very typical year 4 level addition. Just checking that you can still do this at the start of year 5, if you are a year 5. Maybe you're a year 4, continuing to practice this, or even a year 3. 4 plus 7 is 11. 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 8 plus 5 is 13. 2 plus 3 plus 1 is 6. Make sure you keep up with the copying. Try and stay at the same speed as me if you're working with me. Unless you're one of those people who goes much faster, in which case be very careful with your accuracy. Don't go boasting about how fast you are when you're getting some wrong. No point being fast if you're getting them wrong. You need to get them right first of all. Let's move on. Question 13 is a takeaway. Not like a takeaway food, but a takeaway like when you take something away. That's why food restaurants are called takeaways sometimes, or when you take the food away, because you literally take the food away from the restaurant. That's what you do in minus. You take things away. So let's say there was 3,842 pizzas in a takeaway shop. and 371 of them were bought, they would be taken away. The answer will tell us how many pizzas are left in a takeaway shop. 2 take away 1 is 1. 4 take away 7, it's not 3. 4 can't take away 7. It's in the tens column. It will borrow from the more powerful hundreds column. That 800 goes down to a 700. 100 comes over there, meaning we've got 14 tens or 140. But we can do 14 tens take away 7 tens is 7 tens, 70. Here we've got 7 take away 3, that's 4. And at the front we've got a big 3. That's in the thousands column. 3,471. So you had 3,842 pizzas. If some were bought and taken away, of course we've got less. We've got 3,471. Because takeaway will normally make things smaller. Normally. Let's go to question 14. Another typical end of year 4 multiplication method. So we're making sure you can still do this. You can do this accurately. And if you can do it accurately, try and increase your speed. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 28. 28,560. There's a comma, but you don't need to put the comma in if you're not sure where it goes. It goes 3 digits from the end of a whole number. 1, 2, 3, and the comma goes there. So, just checking over that, making sure I didn't make a mistake. My punishment for making a mistake would be to have to redo the whole video. Occasionally you might have seen one of the answers. Where's the answer to this one? You might have seen one of the answers here incorrect. Now that's not great, but to be honest, I did those on a calculator, those answers, and I normally do them fairly quickly. And the odd time I've just pressed the wrong button and there might be a mistake there. But it's good for you to investigate that. But I must not make a mistake here with my workings. These workings that I'm doing now, I can't make a mistake on them. That's not fair to show you the wrong method. So I have to redo the whole video if I do this wrong. That's why I have to check. And you should check as much as I do, so that if you're doing a test or something, you get more points. How many 3's in 7? 3, 6, there are 2. I got up to 6, but that says 7, so I have remainder 1. How many 3's in 12? 3, 6, 9, 12 is 4. How many 3's in 3 is 1. How many 3's in 6 is 2. 2,412. By the way, if you have trouble with any of this morning maths, there are a lot of morning maths videos which you could look back on. This is called video A005, isn't it? But you could, if say you're in year 4 and you're having trouble with this, well, you could go to the videos towards the end of the playlist on YouTube, and you could go to the year 3 sections on those and practice that. There's so many places you could practice this. If you're having trouble in school, if you're doing these in school and you're having trouble with them, go home and do them again at night. Listen to the video again and do them again at night. The more you practice, really the more you listen to it being modelled to you, which means it being shown to you how to do it, the better you will understand. We're on question 16 now. Value of the 5 in 2.5. Why am I doing the bus stop? Sorry. Value of the 5 in 2.5. Okay, we have decimals here. It's very important to know that the units column, if we have decimals, the units column is before the decimal point. After the decimal point, these are called tenths. This is year 6, so you should know this. It's year 6 level. That 5 is now in a decimal column. It's actually worth 5 tenths. 5 tenths. As a fraction, that is 5 tenths. Of course, because it's in the tenths column, but it's not 1/10, it's 5 of those tenths. So it's 5 tenths. Did I say decimal? I meant fraction. That's it as a fraction. As a decimal, it's 0.5. Okay? But the answer will be okay in 5 tenths, 5 tenths. Let's go on to question 17. This is, am I tricking you that much yet? Not really. Just got to be careful with your lining up. As the videos go on, I'll be tricking you more and more. The level just goes slowly, slowly up. If you're adding decimals, you must just line up the decimal point. Often I'll put the answer decimal point in as well. This is plus. Just make sure the decimal point lines up. It's absolutely key. 2.51. I don't think there's even any carrying or borrowing here or anything like that. Well, there's never borrowing in plus, is there? 7 plus 1 is 8. 2 plus 5 is 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. 3 is 3. 37.78. Make sure you have your decimal point. And let's go on to question 18. More decimals. Not that tricky yet, just more lining up with the decimal point. Sometimes it does take children a lot of practice to get this right. It's always the decimal point that lines up. So I'll write the first number, 99.99. 99.99. I'll line up the decimal point all the way down. Just goes in a vertical line, which means a line down like that. Vertical line all the time. That always happens in plus and minus and divide. Times is a bit weird. It doesn't happen quite the same. 99.99, take away 5.83. This is how you have to line it up. If you do this enough times, you'll get used to it if you're not already used to it. 9 take away 3 is 6. 9 take away 8 is 1. 9 take away 5 is 4. And 9. 94.16. The only way you'll get that wrong, really, as long as you copy it down right, is by lining it up wrong. So be careful if you're lining up. Question 19. Big number here, 264,483. That's not a 2. 264,483. We're going to multiply that by 5. A lot of 5 times table practice in this question. 5 times 3, 5, 10, 15. 5 times 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 40 plus 1 is 41. 5 times 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, plus 4 is 24. That was a bit big, that carried 4. Cross it out, don't want to get mixed up with that. 5 times 4 again, 20, plus 2 this time is 22. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 2, 32. That is a 3, a messy 3. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. Right, I've crossed all those out. I'm going to check all my multiplications again. Five times 6 is 30 plus 2, 32, yeah, okay. Right, let's put some commas in. 3 from the end, 1, 2, 3, and then another 3 from the last comma. So how do we say this? We have a millions comma in this one. 1,322,415. And we have one more question to go. Question 20. At the moment, these bus stops are normally quicker than the long multiplication, than the multiplications that we're doing. The bus stops are normally a bit quicker than the multiplications that we're doing. On the bus stop, line up the decimal point, divide it by 5. 5's too big to fit in 3, so carry the 3. 5's into 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 7 on my fingers. 5 into 8 is 1, remainder 3. 5 into 35 is 7. 71.7. Time to get all of our answers then. Hopefully you're keeping up with the recording year 6. 71.7 and all the others. So check over there. Pause the video if you haven't paused it already to get your answers. And thanks for listening again. I'll see you again for more practice to get better and better and better at this next time.